how and why to read the Bible in 12 months. This is part 2. Hi, I'm Malcolm. Welcome to Quiet Time Coaching 554 and the second part of this two-part series on how and why to read the Bible in a year. And you might like to listen to last week's episode as context. In 2024, I decided to find a way to have a better feel for Scripture as a whole. And today I'd like to tell you the method I used. And I'm not, by the way, suggesting that you should do exactly as I did, but perhaps it will inspire you to develop your own plan. With that being said, let me share with you my 4-step 3-app plan. 4 steps using 3 apps. Might sound complicated, but bear with me. 4 steps. First step, open your Bible. You'll need a software Bible. For this, my Bible software app of choice is Accordance. The link is in the show notes. I've been using it for 20 years. However, you can use any Bible software, whether in an app or online. The Chronological Bible is the one that I use, and it's one of the modules available in Accordance, and it contains a plan to read all of the Bible in 12 months. I found this very useful because it meant I didn't have to calculate the number of verses or chapters to read each day. It's one less thing to think about, and that's always helpful. So the first step, open the Bible, bring up the day's reading, which on this particular day, January the 7th, I'm looking at this, was Job chapters 8, 9, and 10. Second step, copy the text. The Accordance app I have contains a built-in method for copying scripture, so that's what I did. Copied that day's reading, Job chapters 8, 9, and 10. By the way, there are some screenshots in the show notes on the website, so go to malcolmcox.org for those. Third step, paste. So the third step was to open my mail client and paste the text into the message field. Again, there's an image on the website you'll see, and I'm sending the text to an app which will read it to me called Reader. It's called Reader. It's made by Readwise. I'll introduce that in a moment. So I'm sending that to the dedicated email address I have for that, sending it to Reader. I'll pass it on, and then fourth step is to open this app called Reader and then listen to the day's scripture reading. Often I'll do that using headphones as part of my prayer walk, or sometimes while doing mindless chores, that kind of thing. And sometimes I read the text on the screen as it is being read to me, and that's a different experience than just listening to it. Here's what it actually sounds like. Let me play this for you.
Will they not bring forth words from their understanding? Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh? Can reeds thrive without water? While still growing and uncut, they wither more quickly than grass. Such is the destiny of all who forget God. Now, I know that's not the most attractive voice, but it does work. Of course, there are many other apps like Speechify and others that will do the same or similar things. So, let me ask you, what do you think of this method for getting more scripture into my life, or getting that overview I've been aiming at? Does merely listening to the scriptures sound shallow to you? Or does the fact that in the first century, and for much of human history, most learning was done orally, without written text, does that make a difference to the way you think about listening to scripture? If you sense God calling you to try something like this, why not design your own method? You don't have to copy mine. And if you do so, please share it, because I would be interested in trying a different method in the future. I'm not doing the same thing in 2025, although I do plan to cover large quantities of scripture. And I did feel deeply enriched by taking this approach in 2024. So I'll likely do the same thing or something very similar in 2026, but I just need a change every now and again. Hope you find this useful. Let me know what you think. Next week, we'll look at the idea of making the Bible your hobby. What's that about? Well, come back next week and I will explain all. Till the next time, take care and God bless.